Hello. It's 11:01 p.m. So I can't afford to use my phone data and upload tonight, so I have to wait until tomorrow. So, well, I guess I don't even know about the idea of losing my job behind exposing my coworker perping me. I personally wasn't on the campus when when I filmed him do that. So, and then I think it was just prior, I saw somebody on the passenger side of a different vehicle passing by, and at the last minute, I saw him with his arm hanging out the window. So, I'm really angered right now about how professed Christians so secretly sold out and became perps and reversing and projecting everything on me. Like that lady, Miss Samantha, made it like as if God gave her confirmation that I was the one who being deceptive, but it's actually her. Because what godly Christian would laugh at a homeless fellow Christian targeted individual being on the streets and stuff like that? She was the one who laughed at me. Laughed, and I was afraid to say something at first, but it got to me and got to me even more. So it's like Miss Samantha is a fake Christian TI perp, like hiding behind the Bible. And she herself doesn't have substantial evidence of herself being targeted. And she won't even show her face being targeted. So, I saw that she recently did a couple of more videos. I didn't even watch those videos, but her trying to justify, that, I didn't even go searching for her, but her name showed up. Her videos full of more lies showed up. She showed up about, recent videos of her trying to justify, why she changed her opinion about me and stuff like that. And she's deceived. It's the devil deceiving her to believe that, all the evidence that y'all see, I even have evidence tonight that I'm still targeted. And she doesn't have any videos of being followed and harassed and one headlight or any of that. Or it doesn't even have to be that, but so if she just have have any videos of any so-called proof, is just her getting into altercations with people, but she doesn't have any like concrete proof of being targeted actually, so it's like I didn't even mention her name in the video that I initially did, but I mentioned, pretty much about some things that she did to me. And then she did a follow-up video saying, talking about me and twisted everything and projected onto me a smear campaign, me and lied and caused me to lose at least a minimum of 7 followers behind her lying on me and stuff like that. So, she twisted everything and nobody wants to freaking listen. But if y'all want to believe a fake or a perp, then go ahead, right ahead. So I don't want to go extensively. Hold up. I'm turning off the light. Y'all know why. To save my storage space on my phone. But I'm mind boggled behind how these people hide behind the Bible and hide behind Christianity and pretend to be targeted and a perp. I'm sorry, pretend to be targeted and Christian. And I feel like I should have like the first incident that I had with her, May 2020. Then I wish I would have just permanently left her alone, just like Monique. But she reached out to me via email, like at the beginning of August 2020, in which, so she got her, she switched her narrative and switched everything around. And other so-called targets, when they betray me and turn against me, they switch their whole narrative and then start to act like a perp. And of course, they're not going to turn around and say, of course, they're not going to admit about taking any deals or selling out. They have some targets that have some fake TI perps or TIs turned perp, and they being like, well, I'm not selling my soul. I'm not selling out, because you already did, you already did, asshole. You're not selling it out right now because you already took that deal. So, Miss Samantha is a deceiver and a fake Christian. I'm still being targeted, and targeted heavy. You don't freaking, you don't sit there and freaking laugh at somebody being on the streets. But, her whole narrative switched, because before then she acted like she was inspired by me and stuff like that, and wanted to be some support and stuff. And now all of a sudden, she was always in my ear and this and that or whatever. But I'm not going to go much into any more detail with her or whatever. But all I know is she seemed like she was shady and had a lot to hide. And, her narrative switched, and she got smear campaigns because I exposed the truth about her. So, it's like, why? What point is it of you praying and fasting? And that's what any of y'all who call yourselves Christian and targeted. What's the point of y'all praying and fasting, but then you go around perping people and doing fake videos, lying on people, and smear campaigning and causing people, like causing me further isolation and to be hated by more people, while you get more popular. and so stop playing all those kinds of games trying to make it like, oh, Candy deceived me and this or that or whatever. There's a lot of people doing this now, lying on me and saying that I deceived them and that I'm not a real target. Now I'm a scammer and a fake perp and all that. And I don't perp nobody at all. As I said, you don't freaking laugh at a targeted individual that's homeless. So enough on her. But so my truth, I'm showing my truth and my proof about my targeting. And so nowadays people like Miss Samantha, she'd be the type of person that would try to pray for my destruction, and rather than praying, like giving any exhortation or praying for me to she's the type of person that's evil enough to pray for my destruction. A fake Christian religious narc. And then, she tried to, like, as I said, I did not know that people like Crystal Newman was a witch. If I would have known, I wouldn't have dealt with Crystal at all. I thought Crystal was a real targeted. I was deceived, and I thought Crystal was a real targeted individual trying to like, I didn't, because I only watched a few of Crystal's videos. I didn't watch all of them. So once after I found out that Crystal was a perp and a witch, then I separated myself from Crystal Newman. And she's like another Ashley Burks. I'm talking about Crystal is like another Ashley Burks. So, I mean, but Miss Samantha try to say, you sent me you try to put me in contact with a whole witch. Well, I did not know that Crystal was a witch. I thought that she was a targeted individual that was about to be sacrificed. That's what she said, that they were about to sacrifice her. And maybe Crystal must have took that deal and became a perp to save herself from being sacrificed, which is really sad. And Crystal didn't want to hear anything about the Bible or anything like that. So Crystal was a doggone perp, but I did not know that at first. Well, Crystal must have, when she went to North Carolina, she must have took that deal or something like that after she left Kentucky. They might have offered her a deal then. Who knows? But then Miss Amanda, she's talking about speaking things into existence, which is witchcraft. One time she took, when they had this other girl that they were going to sacrifice, what was her name? Alicia. And I have not heard from Alicia. And Miss Samantha supposedly told her about, because that's what Alicia had told me, that Miss Samantha supposedly told her about speaking things into existence, which is witchcraft. I don't do that, you know. So I don't know if Miss Samantha was ignorant about that. So it's very difficult fighting to try to, you know, dissect every lie that's being spoken against you. If somebody's supposed to be Christian and targeted, why are you perping? Why are you doing this? Why? And I mean, and there are people who will quote the Bible and say that they're Christian, but then, you know, they turn around and start perping you. I'm mind boggled. And some of them say that they're targeted. What is going on? What is going on? You know, I'm trying as best as I can to stand up for what's right and speak the truth and show the truth. And people keep, you know, just going against me and, you know, go at war with me and stuff like that. You know, I apologize. I do not mean to be full of drama, but I'm sitting here, you know, if lies are being spoken against me, why don't I have a right to defend myself? You know, so I apologize for making, you know, at least half this video to be about her. I got a lot going on. And I'm sitting here, you know, my job being threatened. And if my job is being threatened, my roof over my head is threatened as well. You know, I'm trying to stay afloat, trying to work. I mean, because I didn't realize that, you know, temp service opportunity was there. So I took it. And now I have my job. I mean, I recently found, tomorrow makes a month since I've been working. Actually, I think I was supposed to have started September 22nd, but it was the 23rd I started. But I didn't have the, you know, the Uber money to get over there to the job that day. I think I ended up getting it like the next day. I had to act. I mean, I asked, you know, a random, you know, it was like 9 something in the morning. I asked a random father and daughter I asked them for a ride. I mean, no, that's not what happened. I asked them for money for food to eat. And then I told them, don't worry, I'll be supposed to have a job later on. They offered me a ride. They offered me something to eat in addition to, I mean, they offered me a ride in addition to me asking for money for something to eat. I was panhandling. And so now I have not panhandled and I have not asked for anything, since I have my job. But bloggers and anybody else, they can have their GoFundMe. I mean, they don't have GoFundMe. Usually PayPal and Venmo and Cash App. So YouTube bloggers or any other bloggers and stuff, they have them. They can have their PayPal and everything up, and they already have high income, and still asking for your Cash App and stuff. And that's how they make their money, quote unquote, entertainment, gossiping about celebrities and stuff. But now I'm good. As I said, I'm good for now, for the moment. But if I have to go to work next week and realize that I'm dismissed, well, I have to be back to panhandling and begging. Because I'm not going to stay a doggone slave and stay submissive and silent. I'm not going to stay submissive and obedient and silent to Satan's puppets, Satan's followers. And I want to say again, Miss Samantha, how freaking dare you to freaking lie and say that you were deceived by me and stuff like that. Actually, you were deceived away from me. Because laughing at somebody's downfall and they haven't done you shit, that's perping. Trying to control somebody and try to dictate their lives, that's perping. So, my mind kind of drew a blank from some of the other stuff I wanted to and needed to say. But yeah, that young guy, I don't know if he could have been 17 or 18 years old, with the obvious one headlight. He was waiting for me and he wanted me to see that. And then I don't know how it took me. I'm pretty sure at least an hour or more. I'm sorry, 30 minutes or more, not an hour. I don't think I didn't take an hour, but I think it took me 30 minutes, about 30 minutes in the store. And what creeped me out is, my big bag was like too heavy. And I used my own money to get a ride to my motel room. And then the bastard, I did another video showing, I know that same bastard, I know he ain't following me. So he started to follow me in my Uber ride. He started to follow me, followed behind the vehicle. And I didn't know how far he was going to follow, but when I got my phone and switched the camera on him, that's when he turned. But other than that, he probably could have or would have followed me all the way to my motel. I haven't taken an Uber in like over 2 weeks. Probably. When was the last time I took an Uber? Yeah, it's been a while. Like, it's been 2 or 3 weeks since the last time I took an Uber. And the only reason I would have walked, but the only reason why I took it tonight because my bag was too heavy. So, and that coworker John, I wanted to talk about him. No wonder, he treats, I don't know about I didn't see him treat the other men a certain way, but me and the other female coworker, he treats us a certain way, and he even talks to me like I'm stupid. a narcissistic abuser. And remember I said that he was like the workplace bully, trying to bully me around. And, like he would just be just like rude as fuck for no reason at all. And then switch back and forth between nice and rude. And so I figured that, if you're the workplace bully, in my first day dealing with him, no, or was it second day dealing with him, I felt like I wanted to quit. I felt like he was driving me to want to quit, and I felt like, I felt like I didn't want to work with somebody like him. But he's a narcissistic abuser, and I got my final confirmation that he's a perp. Tonight, I got my final confirmation that Mr. John is a perp. So the female coworker, Miss Brenda, I asked her nicely tonight if she can do me a favor and not rush me out so soon. And she said, "All right, I'm sorry, I won't do it again." I asked her politely, "Can you please not rush me out so soon?" But see, the other night I was sleep deprived, agitated. I was agitated about the threats online, and upset and feeling all kinds of emotions and stuff. I was feeling all kinds of emotions, about the threats being made at me and stuff. And like, how can that veggie just perp? How can she tell me that I had no right to speak about her son? I didn't badmouth her son. I just said that I did not badmouth her child. I just said that I wouldn't be surprised if you abusive to your child the way you treat me. And so then she tried to say, "You have no right," or whatever. Well, you have no right bullying me, meddling in my business, stalking, following, and harassing me everywhere online. You have no right threatening me. You have no right making up lies on me or any of that. I'm being heavily persecuted and abused all day, every day. And so many people who just don't care. I show proof of my targeting, and you still want to call me a deceiver and fake? I'm acting out the way I'm doing because I'm frustrated that I'm getting basically no support, and more people are just betraying me and turning against me and lying on me and stuff, and being more abusive. That how you go from one day telling me that I'm one of the realest targeted individuals out there, and then turn around and tell me I'm a beautiful soul, or your videos are helping people, and then you turn around and be like, "Well, you're a liar, and you're a scammer, and you're extorting people, and you're a fraud, and this and that, whatever." I was no liar or a fraud last month or the month before. But now all of a sudden today, when you decide to want to change your opinion and stuff, because if you see light in somebody, how's that light gonna deceive you? I know that Satan masquerades as an angel of light, but if you decide you want to start perping me and then just pervert and twist every damn thing. So I'm just mind boggled. I'm not even trying to be about drama. But I have a right to defend myself against lies. And my own twin sister lied, and she did videos lying and saying that I'm gang stalking people, and then try to make mockery and make fun. And then her people who follow her cult followers, they're also mimicking and repeating the same thing. Trying to do videos lying and saying Candy's a gang stalker because she chases after cars. Ha ha ha. But that's not what a gang stalker does. gang stalkers is what y'all saw, that, that idiot young ass kid driving around with obvious one headlight. Obvious perp. And I saw him waiting, and he was isolated away from the other cars. He wanted to be noticed. He wanted to be seen. And then I heard that the online perps make a lot. I heard that they like cue the realm and stuff like that. And people say my twin sister's making a hell of a lot of money off of me. Every time she does a follow-up video trying to discredit me. And then you claim Miss Samantha and others have claimed that they're deceived by me. And then the first thing they do is run to my twin sister, who's a perp, trying to discredit me and falsely accusing me of being schizophrenic and crazy and trying to lie and say I'm not targeted. And I'm just a scammer and a fraud trying to get money out of people. I just don't know what's wrong with the so-called Christian community nowadays. Targeted or not, the so-called Christian community nowadays is corrupt. I just don't understand. So, yeah, I was just trying to save my storage space. But I had to vent before I go to bed so I wouldn't have to be worried all night. So I'll see y'all tomorrow.